The movie starts with a boat where a man was telling a story to his children. The story was about a boy named Aladdin and his magical lamp. Then the scene shifts to a kingdom called Agrabah where Aladdin and his monkey lived. Aladdin was very clever and an expert thief, but the good thing about Aladdin was that he always cared for others before himself. He has a pure heart. Then the scene shifts to girl. She saw two hungry children and stole some bread from a shop to feed them. The shopkeeper started yelling and creating a scene. Shopkeeper tried to take her bracelet as she had no money, but Aladdin arrived and told the girl to just trust him. As Aladdin was an expert and clever, he took back her bracelet from the shopkeeper. Then the two of them leave. When the shopkeeper come to know that he has been deceived, he sent many people after Aladdin and the girl to catch them. Aladdin and the girl were running through the entire city. They somehow managed to escape, and Aladdin brought the girl to his house. Reaching home, the girl tell Aladdin that her name is Dahlia. Aladdin told her that he lives with his monkey Abu, as his parents died in his childhood. Seeing the girl's expensive clothes, Aladdin realized she must be from the palace and probably works for the princess. The girl agrees with Aladdin's assumption. When the girl looks into the water, she sees large ships and asks Aladdin to take her to the port. But before leaving, she asks Aladdin for her bracelet back. It wasn't in Aladdin's pocket. Then the girl leaves while calling him a thief. Then the scene shifts to the castle where we see a man named Jafar who was the minister of the kingdom. He was a greedy man and wanted to take the crown. To take the crown, he needs a magical lamp. But the lamp was in a cave where only a man with pure heart can enter. That is why he was in search of such a man who has a pure heart. The scene shifts to a place where a prince has come to see the princess. The princess is none other than the girl named Dahlia. But here is a little twist: she lied about her name to Aladdin, that her name is Dahlia. Actually, Dahlia is her maid and the name of the princess is Jasmine. The princess found the prince to be arrogant and wasn't interested in marrying him. We see the king and his minister, Jafar, in a debate. Jafar tells the king that they should attack a neighboring kingdom, but the king says they have no problems with those people and will not attack them. Jafar is upset and tries to manipulate the king with his magical stick to get him to attack. But Princess Jasmine arrives and asks her father why she can't inherit the throne. The king tells Jasmine that for centuries, only men have ruled the kingdom and a woman cannot rule. Jasmine says she has been preparing to rule for years and that only someone who understands the people's pain can rule. But the king doesn't listen to her and dismisses her. That night, Aladdin manages to bypass all the guards and reaches Jasmine's room. But Jafar's parrot sees him and it tells everything to Jafar. Aladdin still thinks she's just a handmaiden. Jasmine asks him how he managed to get there. Aladdin says it was difficult to avoid the guards but not impossible. Aladdin returns her bracelet and takes out her hairpin. He did so because he wants to meet the princess again. Before leaving, he tells Jasmine to wait for him tomorrow, that he will return. But Aladdin is caught by Jafar's men before he can leave the castle. Jafar sees Aladdin and realizes he is the perfect person to go inside the magical cave to take out the magical lamp for him, so that he can take the crown. Jafar along with his men take Aladdin to a desert. Jafar tells Aladdin that he was also a thief once but now wants to rule the entire kingdom. He also reveals that the girl he met is the princess, Jasmine. Aladdin is surprised to know that Jasmine had lied to him. Jafar says he can make Aladdin rich and help him win over Jasmine, but first, Aladdin must help him get the lamp from the cave. Jafar explains to Aladdin how to get into the cave, telling him not to touch any of the jewels. If he touches anything, he won't be able to get out. Aladdin enters the cave, but he and Abu are very distracted by the jewels. As he comes forward, he sees a carpet under a stone. He helps that carpet and it becomes very happy being free. Aladdin finally reaches the lamp, but Abu touches a ruby, and lava begins to fill the cave. Aladdin is in danger. He had earlier saved a magical carpet that was trapped under a rock. The carpet saves Aladdin. Jafar is standing above and asks for the lamp. Aladdin gives it to him, but Jafar doesn't help him up. He steps on Aladdin's hand and lets him fall. But Abu attacks Jafar and steals the lamp back from him. When they get out, Aladdin realizes Jafar doesn't have the lamp. Abu had stolen it. As soon as Aladdin touches the lamp, a genie comes out from the lamp. He was imprisoned in that lamp for many years. He tries to explain that he is a magical genie who can grant 3 wishes. Aladdin, who has only heard of these things in stories, doesn't believe him. The genie thinks no one has ever taken so long to make a wish. Finally, Aladdin makes his first wish, to get out of the cave. The genie takes them out. The genie then explains to Aladdin how he can make more wishes. But Aladdin is a good person and asks the genie what he wants. The genie says no one has ever asked him that before, but he wants to be free. Then Aladdin makes his second wish to become a prince to marry Jasmine. The genie immediately turns him into a prince and says he should have a grand procession to arrive at the palace. The genie arranges everything for Aladdin. They arrive at the castle, but Aladdin doesn't know how to act like a prince. He says all the wrong things and Jasmine leaves. The king invites Aladdin to a party that night. Aladdin tells the genie that he can't do this and wants to tell everyone the truth. The genie says he can't do that. Jafar doesn't understand where this new kingdom came from. He approaches Aladdin and is about to attack him, but the genie arrives and saves Aladdin. The party begins. With the genie's magic, Aladdin dances very well with Jasmine, but she still leaves. Aladdin wonders how he can win her heart. The genie tells him he needs to talk to her. The genie goes to Jasmine, where he first meets Dahlia. The genie takes Dahlia with him, and Aladdin follows them. When Jasmine sees him, she asks what Prince Ali is doing there. She also asks where his kingdom is, saying she can't find it on any map. Aladdin asks the genie for help, and the genie shows a place on the map where Aladdin is from. To impress Jasmine, Aladdin summons the magical carpet. They both go on a ride and fly over the city, and Jasmine begins to fall in love with Prince Ali. But Aladdin's style and mannerisms are still the same, and Jasmine recognizes him. She says, "You are Aladdin." Aladdin lies and says no, he's a prince who just pretended to be a commoner. Jasmine believes him. Jafar's parrot, Nago, was watching everything. He tells Jafar all about Aladdin and the lamp. Jafar catches Aladdin and says he knows he's not a prince but a thief. He asks for the lamp and says he'll throw him into the water. If he survives, it means he has the lamp. If not, Jafar won't be sad. Jafar throws Aladdin into the water. Abu, who was watching everything, throws the lamp down. By chance, Aladdin manages to get the lamp. The genie comes out and sees Aladdin in a bad state. He asks Aladdin to make his second wish to save himself, but Aladdin is unconscious. Abu rubs the lamp and makes the wish. The genie takes them out of the water. Jafar tells the king that Prince Ali has disappeared and that he will attack their kingdom. But Jasmine and her father arrive and tell the king that Jafar has lied and tried to kill Aladdin. Before the king can say anything, Jafar hypnotizes him. The king starts saying bad things about Aladdin and tells him to leave. Aladdin realizes that Jafar is hypnotizing everyone. He breaks Jafar's staff. The king comes back to his senses and has Jafar arrested. The genie tells Aladdin he has one last wish. When Aladdin first met the genie, he told him he would use his third wish to free him. But now Aladdin says he's happy as a prince and that if he tells Jasmine the truth, she won't marry him. The genie is saddened by this and goes back into the lamp. Jafar is rescued. He gets the lamp from Aladdin. Jafar returns to the castle and summons the genie, making his first wish to become the king of Agrabah. The genie has to grant his wish, and Jafar becomes the new king. He has Jasmine, her father, and Dahlia arrested. Jasmine tells her father's oldest and most loyal guard, Hakim, that he cannot do this. His father and her father have been together for many years, and he has to choose between them and Jafar. She says he can't let a man like Jafar become king because he will destroy the kingdom. Hakim agrees and tells his guards to back down. Jafar is very angry and says it's okay, he has more wishes. He calls the genie and makes his second wish, to become the most powerful sorcerer in the world. Aladdin arrives to steal the lamp back from Jafar. Jafar sends Aladdin far away to a frozen land where he can't return. Jafar then torments the king and Jasmine. Aladdin and Abu are in the frozen land. The magical carpet finds them and takes them back to the castle. Jafar forces Jasmine to marry him. But Jasmine steals the lamp from him. She runs away with it, but not too far, because she sees Aladdin and the carpet approaching. Jafar uses his magic to turn his parrot Iago into a giant bird. Iago chases the carpet, but Abu manages to steal the lamp from him. Iago turns back into a normal parrot. The king confronts Jafar and throws his staff away. Jafar gets even angrier, and the staff returns to his hand. Iago steals the lamp again and takes it to Jafar. Jafar uses his magic on everyone, and just as he's about to make his third wish, Aladdin, who is very clever, tells Jafar that no matter how powerful he becomes, the genie will always be more powerful because he grants wishes. Jafar falls for Aladdin's trick. He thinks the genie is the most powerful being in the world and wishes to become the most powerful genie. The genie laughs and says Jafar has made a big mistake. As soon as Jafar becomes a genie, he realizes that if he doesn't have a master, he will be trapped in the lamp forever. Jafar becomes a genie and gets trapped in the lamp. The original genie throws the lamp far away so that Jafar can never escape. The king apologizes to Aladdin. Aladdin apologizes for lying to them. Aladdin has one last wish left, which he uses to free the genie. The genie is so happy he can't believe it. The king gives Jasmine the throne, saying she is the best person to rule the kingdom. He also tells her she can change the laws. Aladdin is about to leave, but Jasmine stops him. She marries Aladdin. The genie marries Dahlia. The person telling the story was the genie, who was telling the story of Aladdin to his children with Dahlia. And with that, the movie ends.